Cincinnati Bengals. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis, thrilled to be with you from the broadcast booth. And Parker, before we get this thing started, what are you going to be watching?
Who gets off to a fast start? In horse racing terms, they talk about catching a flyer out of the gate. Who sets the pace and makes the other team chase?
We are set to go. Evan McPherson to do the honors, and we are underway from Cincinnati. So here the Broncos now for their opening drive. And they will be led out by a man in his sophomore campaign as a quarterback.
I'll tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you got to stay alert back there in every snap. A truly powerful arm, one is capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it, and to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
Off the bootleg, here's Nix. And a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
I don't see more than trying to get him the football out of the battlefield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
Third play here, this opening drive as they're up against a 3rd and 5. To throw is Nix. He's going to loft one deep left side here. This is caught. Touchdown Broncos. A big play there. 66 yards. And the Broncos need just 3 plays to go down and take the early lead. They're the favorite, no question, and when they score like that on the opening drive to set the tone, you're the underdog on the other bench, that's hard, isn't it?
Yeah, because you can't bring the home crowd into it, because you're counting on that to be part of your equalizer, ride their momentum, but you have to give them something to cheer for. So now what you're worried about is, they're better than we are, we can't get going, are we about to get blown out?
Good news, still a long way to go. Will Lutz on for the point after. And he's got it, 7-0 Broncos. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it culminates in a touchdown by the Broncos. After the touchdown, wants to kick it off. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Here come the Bengals, and CD, of course, it's Joe Burrow out of LSU at quarterback.
And I'll bet he's talking to his guys about resisting the temptation to try and turn this into an up-and-down game. Almost like basketball, where both teams press, and one team gets an advantage, our team's trying to run with them, and they're just not equipped for it. Doesn't matter whether you're equipped or not, just settle in, get calm before you go for the big strikes.
And a flag out right away, and I believe our day will begin with a 1st and 15. Penalty accepted, and that pushes her back 5.
Still first down.
A full start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. Looking back is Higgins.
them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try to get us ahead and try to keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown game.
And Chase going to pick up a Bengals first down as he get this up past the 35-yard line. With these run-pass options, we often talk about a good quarterback and running back. Well, having a talented wide receiver helps also.
Yeah, even coming in third in the discussion, sometimes that means he really should be first, because all you want to do is get the ball in their hands and let them make the big plays downfield.
And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. I mean, defensively, you're okay with that. You're in the first quarter. He's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch. Now you put the offense in a position where every series you have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you take the start on that when you do that.
A 3-yard pickup on 2nd and 4. Now they'll need to convert here on 3rd and a little more than a yard. That's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to 3rd down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
Burrow going to keep it on the sneak. I don't think he got there. No, they stopped it right where it all started. Only a yard on the sneak, not enough. And he's a few inches short for 4th down.
But that wound up backfiring. Instead of handing it to your workhorse fullback or running back, they went quarterback sneak, and now they have to punt it away.
And in their own territory, needing only a few inches, they're going to line up to go for this thing on 4th down. And boy, this is going to be close. That mark looks a little short, and he didn't get there. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Broncos are going to get the football back in great field position. So just shy of midfield, they tried it, didn't work out. What did you think?
I thought that they should have punted the ball away. Should have gotten rid of it and played defense with better field position. Look, I'm as aggressive as anyone wanting to go for it on offense, but in this situation, it didn't.
First half.
I don't know that there's any risk. What's the reward for the risk here? I would not have done that. My only explanation is this coach, he may want to be up here in the booth with us. We may have a 3-man booth starting next week if he keeps up with those decisions.
They show run with 3 tight ends here on 1st down. Off the play fake. Nix. That's caught by his tight end on Ingram. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Solid gain of 18 yards and a Denver first down.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the first drive and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
Really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him. And I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw. When they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations, ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one. That's the first time he's called his own number. He's got to be overjoyed with the result. He wasn't just going to settle for a modest gain. To me, he was determined to come through with a big message to a defense that slept on him in the pocket.
Next to the air. He's got his man on strike, complete. Nice job defensively to hold him to 4, and now it's 2nd and goal.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
Just inside the 5-yard line. It'll wind up going as a sack and a loss of 2. And now the task gets more difficult here on 3rd and goal.
When you're this close to the goal line, you got to expect pressure from the defense, so the ball's got to come out fast. Got to get out of his hands quicker.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. They'll try and throw. Here's Nix. And this is caught by Sutton. Touchdown, Broncos. The 3-yard touchdown pass. And the Broncos have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead. They've got to be thrilled on the road right now. Touchdown, turnover, touchdown, and quickly trying to make it 14-0.
Yeah, and mentioned it already. On the road, to be able to go into someone else's house and establish a start like that, obviously your confidence rises in a big way, and you put some doubt in their minds.
Wants to look to add the extra point. And it's good. And they jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. 5 plays there on that drive. And Cortland Sutton able to finish things off with the touchdown reception. After the touchdown, wants to kick it off. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Cincinnati coming back on the field here for their second drive. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. That's caught by Williams. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field, because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They've needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
And the out of bounds just shy of the 40. Another first down, this time on a gain of 19.
I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
And 1st and 10, here's Brown. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
They're passing here. Joe Burrow. This pass complete to Higgins. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage, because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Burrow looking to pass. He's going to lift it deep right sideline. And that will be incomplete. And they were scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Well, you've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there. They forced the incompletion.
A 56-yard attempt.
And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good for 56 yards out. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yeah.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them special.
And now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. And the football going back over to the Denver Broncos. And this offense looks like they have a little extra pep in their step as they take the field here for drive number 3. Because remember, Charles, drives 1 and 2 both ended in the end zone.
Yeah, right now they've just got to be careful not to lean into overconfidence because every drive has a life of its own. But I like the way that they've started, the way that they're going about doing things right now. They've got a chance for that 3rd consecutive touchdown, and that would be a crushing blow to the defense.
And he gets this one just shy of 40 down at the 39. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down.
First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
After one, a 14-3 ball game. Broncos football as we begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 1st and 10. To throw, here's Nix. And that is going to be incomplete as he ran a bit too much. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
2nd and 10. Now a toss left side for Dobbins. As the Broncos roll forward to the 48. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turning around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge? Whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end in the direction they want to run the football. If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a game. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
He'll wind up getting 2 there as he does it himself and picks up the 1st.
They'll pick it up on 3rd and 1 on the quarterback sneak, and that's not easily done because there are extra bodies in there on the defensive side, and they're moving forward at the snap.
Yeah, I was certainly expecting a handoff, weren't you?
Yeah, I totally was. I thought they'd go with it back, maybe try and get a lead blocker in front. As you talked about in different games, those guys with confidence in their offensive line, they just want to move forward and get it.
Will go down as a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
At the 44-yard line.
Here's Nix. And again, it's Sutton. And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 23. A gain there of 21 yards.
First down. 1st and 10.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
They go back to the ground with Dobbins. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
About the job there on the outside. Shed the wide receiver and was able to make the tackle on the perimeter.
That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. Now it's Nix. He finds Sutton crossing the formation complete. They wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 4th down. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Throwing Nix. He's got his target. That's complete. Touchdown. A great effort there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. As his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. Well, just a sensational start for this offense, Charles. 3 drives, 3 passing touchdowns.
Is that like mentioning a perfect game in baseball? We cool to do it here in football, partner?
No, I think you can do it here in football. I think perfect game in baseball, that's its own category.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. Could not imagine a worse start for that secondary. Or let's face it, a better one for this offense. No chance they stop passing now the way that it's going. I think we'll continue to press the ball downfield and hopefully reap the same results.
Lutz with the extra point. And the lead is up to 18 now. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3, I think discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum. Looking deep here for Chase. And this one nearly picked off. Kind of surprising to see the defender of his caliber let it get away, but get away it does, and it's 2nd down.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
Here's Burrow. It's complete to Brown. Pick up of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
Now a 3rd and 6. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. And that is incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down.
It's going to be another frustrating end to a drive here. This offense, they've not been able to get anything going in this first half, and now it's going to be time to gather on the sidelines and try to figure out what's going wrong. Who has an idea? Who has a plan? Time to implement it.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is set away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Broncos take over. 1st down and 10. Looking to put a drive together. Throwing to start the drive. Nix. It's Sutton. Across midfield. And finally down at the 36-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 44 yards.
Well, he worked his way quite a bit in this first half, and with good reason. You can see it there. He is such a handful defensively. Just too hard to keep him under wraps, and delivers a big play here for this offense.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. Dances by him. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 18 more yards there and another first down.
That's another Broncos first down. First and 10 at the 18-yard line.
Muscle damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've run the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
So from inside the 20, here's first and 10 at the 18. Back to throw. Nix. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
I see a surprising face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Now it's second and 10. Nix. This is caught. Touchdown, Broncos. Adam Troutman, an 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Broncos continue to pull away here this first half. So the numbers are starting to pile up here early on. We have yet to reach halftime, yet that is already now 4 touchdown passes. Lutz to try to add the PAT. And they open the lead up now to 25 points. A fair play drive spanning 80 yards. And it ends with a Denver touchdown. After the touchdown, wants to kick it off. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Bengals set to take over. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
Burrow going to lead up the Bengals here, first and 10 at their own 28-yard line. They defend Brown to start the drive. And they'll stretch out a yard up to the 30, and that's all.
That's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Burrow will throw. Throwing outside, complete to Chase. And Chase will pick up the Bengals first down as we get this up to the 39. 9 yards that time.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
It's gone. This one is stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, second and 2.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way, and really we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
Now a second and 2. Now it's Burrow. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. And the Broncos are going to have a short field here as they take over right at the 50.
Well, the timing is everything in a run like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot, and if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's This one's going the other way.
J.K. Dobbins leading the way as the offense returns to the field.
He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable, and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
Well, now he's looking just to add to his totals. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line.
Now the Central Florida product is R.J. Harvey.
And he'll go down the line before getting us inside the 30. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
And the Broncos, first down. 1st and 10 at the 29-yard line.
If you want more carries, I think we saw how you get him. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. First down, he'll drop the throw.
Setting up the screen for Harvey.
A nice little screen. They'll get 6 on the first down.
Good call there on first down. I'm getting better over the years and not screaming out, screen, screen, screen with my defensive training. They want to keep those pass rushers honest, and they did so there, and they wound up picking up positive yardage.
This 2nd and 4. Nick's going to grab the ball.
And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half.
First down, Denver.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
Looking to throw. Nix. Incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Back to throw. Nix. Touchdown, Denver. Marvin Mims in the final seconds of the first half. And the Broncos will extend their lead here just before halftime.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point. Lots of look to add the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it culminates in a touchdown by the Broncos.
So not much time to work with here. 9 seconds remain in the half as this one is away.
Yeah, that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
And with only 9 seconds remaining, well, not much time, we'll see how they play this.
Quick slant caught by Chase. And defense going to like to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. Play of the half for Burrow and company. He's going to take a shot at the end zone. Why not? Behind his receiver and incomplete. So halftime straight ahead. Let's get you down to the Sunshine State and Scott Hansen with our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen here, and you never know what you're going to get in the NFL. Sometimes it goes down to the wire. Other times, it's blowout city, like what this game is shaping up to be. But hey, anything can happen, so let's go to the second half. Send it back out to our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Scotty, thank you as always. Well, likely 2 very different halftime speeches by these head coaches, that's for sure, as we get set for half number 2. The Bengals with work to do in this third quarter, but they'll get the football first as we are back underway. And a good return is going to stop just shy of the 30-yard line. The Bengal offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. Burrow and the Bengals with a 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. This one complete to Yoshibans. It's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 34-yard line.
Now 2nd and 5. They'll give us out the middle of the lane. They'll get out 2 there to the 36. That ground game just continues to struggle. We don't get any momentum in this ballgame, Charles. And you're at the point here, third quarter, down 4 scores, probably going to have to put it in the air.
Oh, no question about it. So that's your only chance, your only opportunity. But think of the pressure you just put on your offensive line, because if you're a pass rusher, you know, they're thinking about them running the football.
That's into a double team. That's intercepted. Picked up by Taylor Moore, who found it. He takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. Well, whatever adjustments they're trying to make over on that sideline, Charles, this defense, they just seem to be a step in front of them and not giving them a chance to implement any of those changes. And here, a pick 6, and they widen the lead.
At least a step ahead, maybe even 2 steps. And right now, they are thinking hard about putting this opponent away. That turnover, they grow their lead and just hold the that offense. Now, these next couple of series, you can take them out of the game entirely if you continue on this pace.
Lutz to try to add the PAT. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37. The Bengals offense returns to the field. But it's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. The turnover on the last drive, they had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down. A lot of ground left to make up, obviously. A lopsided contest, and we're already in the third quarter. Now, they won't get it all back in one play or one drive. That's cliche, but it's true, Charles. If they can just maybe get plays like that and get a little momentum built, they can get the scoreboard a little closer.
And can you add some blinders to the cliche, meaning keep these guys from looking at the scoreboard, because that doesn't help them at all right now. Their focus needs to be on finishing every drive with points and playing mistake-free football from here on out.
A good down to possibly take a shot, and in fact, they'll come up with an empty backfield on 2nd and inches. Now it's Burrow. The man is choice complete. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 27-yard line. Well, the margin on that scoreboard, obviously, for them, it looks daunting. But I don't know, Charles. They're probably not focused on that right now. Maybe just chaining together a positive drive with plays like we just saw, giving themselves something to build on.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. And what they have to be careful of is getting glued to that scoreboard, trying to do too much. If they do that, you're not guaranteed to start making mistakes. Just focus on one play at a time and make each one successful.
Was that a design pass, or what was that?
It was built into the play call. He had the opportunity to either hand it inside, keep it himself to run it, or do what he just did. Throw that pass inside, hitting a receiver on the run.
To the air again, Burrow. Over the middle, he finds Higgins. Given 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward.
Now what we're seeing, this is much better from this offense, because so far in this game, no touchdown to this point. And what's usually a direct correlation? Very few explosive plays. That's been their issue. Not able to make that big shot downfield or break one off. But a nice game there for a first down.
And the step will come inside the 5 at the 4. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
He's had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but closed there quickly at the end. 2nd down, ball on the 3. First down marker at the 1-yard line. Burrow now, off the bootleg. He's taken down. Losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down.
The passing game's been struggling a bit today, and that was the latest example. Hadn't been getting much yardage out of it, and now on his back after the last play, he faces 3rd and long.
So that'll leave Burrow and the Bengals with a 3rd and long after that sack we just saw. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. That's caught. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging it from his full safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. They do get 12, but they'll be marked short. And that leads to a 4th down.
And that big gain may just change the thought process here on 4th down. I think in the red zone, they might now consider going for it on 4th down.
First glance, I wasn't sure he got it. Then I saw that spot. Definitely a first down.
It was, but boy, on the other side, you dispute it a little bit, wouldn't you? Okay, if you're playing defense, are you sure he got there? But that's why they tell you all the time, don't just get what you need, get a little bit more, and take the decision out of the hands of the officials.
Oh, there he needed a yard. He got a yard and maybe an inch. Now Burrow. He's caught. He's gone for a big touchdown. first sample. There to make the grab. And the Bengals are able to at least get one score back. And down near the goal line here, they're able to throw it in.
And the key word, quick. Quick hitter, out of his hands fast, into the receiver's hands even faster.
Evan McPherson now for the PAT. So they get one score back, but still a long ways to go here in this third quarter. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it's finished off with a Cincinnati touchdown. After the touchdown, McPherson on to keep this one away. And he returns this to the 22. The Broncos offense and Bo Nix getting set for this next possession. And he had it going in the first half, that's for sure. He's really had his way with his secondary. They've been powerless to stop him. And they'll look to keep it rolling right here. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And it's hard to imagine that the first half could have gone any better for them. So what's the approach here in the second half?
Just continue to play smart football because they get the other team down and they feel good about the position they're in. The obvious thing people would say is just keep attacking, but I think you also be smart about it. Avoid turnovers. That's about the only thing that can derail you at this point. Attack, but make sure you take care of the ball.
So 2nd and 10, third quarter. Thanks for tagging along with us here from the Queen City of Cincinnati. And the big boys off out. They're going to stop it right at the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
But backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. To throw is Nix. That's to the running back, R.J. Harvey. So they get nothing on that play. And now bring up 4th down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
Now on 4th down, honors the punt team sending this one away. A punt at 46, a return of 5. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. Here again comes Joe Burrow and the offense for the Bengals. The returns on the last drive, pretty good. 7 for 7, touchdown pass. Probably take that, right?
I would say so. I mean, when you're cutting them apart that way, feeling so accurate, so confident going downfield, and then able to culminate by putting it in the end zone, oh yeah, he's feeling real good right now.
Now he'll try to carry that over to this drive. They're passing here, Joe Burrow.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 38-yard line.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play, so we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now in Cincinnati. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. .38-yard line, 2nd and 9. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. From the gun on third down is Burrow. And he's caught. And he's going to have the Bengals first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
An inside give of Brown. This defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. And the trend continues here in the fourth like it was in the first, second, and third. He's hanging on really well.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is, he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
There's Burrow setting up to throw it. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up the third down.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. The fullback sideline falls incomplete.
And that's another play that's painting the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it. They'll try and throw forward with Burrow. He's going deep for Brown. And he backs it away and falls down incomplete. The Bengals trying, but it doesn't work out. And it'll be a turnover on downs. So that's the second time this game they've given it up on fourth down. They're now 1 for 3 on fourth down conversion tries.
But they must feel good about what they're doing, right? They continue to go for it on fourth down. Give the defense a lot of credit, though. They've stopped them 2 out of 3 times. Usually, you have fourth down plays that you have dialed up and ready to go, and you think are going to be successful. Not so far in this game.
Good starting position for the Broncos here as they come up first and 10 at the 45. Off the play fake, Nix. Looking left side, that's complete. And he takes this one down, goes right up the way to the 30. 23 yards on the play.
Hard to have to tell you, just one word keeps coming to mind from watching them this afternoon, and that's impressive. They have been impressive from the opening kickoff, and they haven't let up here even into the fourth quarter.
They'll run up the goal down. Giving foul on the carry, it'll be second down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces, and I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
That's Dobbins again on second down. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be third down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance, they just have to stay for the quarterback. That's good recognition on that play, throw it in the run game.
And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3.
There's a beautiful throw there, and he's been sensational the entire game, and moving it around, spreading it, hitting the right guys. And look, under normal situations, partner, I would expect him to come out of the game now. They've got it in hand. But you and I have been around this league a long time, and every time we ask head coaches about it, hey, why don't you take your quarterback out when the game's in hand? They just kind of give us that look like that's what he's paid to do. So it's a very unusual situation. I want him out. They tend to leave him in.
Not much on that one, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
I think they stopped him again. They did at the 1-yard line. No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Bronco football as we get your reset here. They've got a 3rd and goal here as they try to finish off their victory. Dobbins. And Dobbins, he is not going to get there. They stop him short of the line to gain. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
For the Broncos field goal. A 21-yard attempt.
The kick by Wentz is good. And they will extend their lead even further. We're ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
Following the made field goal, wants to kick it away. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. We said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD, but unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try to hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
They're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. This linebacking core, they've done a good job of keeping that running game in check, haven't they?
They certainly have, and what they'll also do when this game is over is thank the guys up front, the big defensive line, because they've kept them clean, so to speak. Not letting blockers get to them, allowing them to run to the football and keep that running game balled up.
So they'll get 8 out of that completion. And now we've got a 3rd and 4.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Here's Burrow. Finding space at the 40. And he's going to have the Bengals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
They brought in a heavy set on 3rd down, and that usually means running play, but we have seen them throw out of that formation. And sure enough, they snuck the tight end out on that one, wound up hitting him for a first down.
As this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go to each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off-season. But on game day, you both want to show your best. And I think that's what we saw for both the offense and the defense, a complete team victory.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaughan. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. With that, we say so long from Cincinnati.